Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm an old guy gaming, and this is the Project Eden series. We are now on Alpha 11.5.4. I have not had time to read through whatever the notes are for this update, so I know nothing about it. I'll get to that at some point, but it's most likely a minor update anyways, because it's just 5.4. So anyway, let's see. I've been really busy with work and stuff the last couple of days, so I haven't recorded in a few days, but we'll pop out an episode or two today for you guys. So let's see, a couple of things. First of all, I'm not using the webcam today. You may notice that because it's around noon and the sun is shining on the wall behind me where my green screen is, and it'll leave a spot, so I don't usually record at this time of day, but so anyway, turn that off. I'm still actually on the moon because after I left you guys in the last episode, we got a magnesium meteorite come in, and I forgot, I guess, that I had also cleared out the magnesium on the first moon here as well, and so I figured, well, what the hell? I just stopped the ship here and figured, next time I log in, I'll go ahead and mine that. So we're going to do that. I'll do that off camera, though. And then I also noticed that my window's cracked here. I don't know how that happened. I don't remember. Oh, you know what? I think I did fly a little bit too close to a POI, now that I think about it. Like I said, it's been a couple of days since I last played, so that's why I'm a little bit like, what the hell's going on here? So yeah, we took just a very minor fire, and remember, this is combat steel too, this ship, so it's, even though it's small, it's tough. It's very tough, so not too worried about any of that stuff. All right, well, the main thing I wanted to get started with today on is that JRWE, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce your name, unless that it's like just a play on words kind of name, and it's Jerway or something like that. But anyway, we'll call you JRWE unless you tell me otherwise. Anyway, he reminded me in the comments a couple of days ago that when I started season 2 of this Project Eden series, I said at the very beginning of that series, when I was introducing, what we were going to do, I said that once I got established, once we got off the dead planet and I got established, I was going to go ahead and just spawn back in both the J-Jet and the Chisel, because we had already gone to all of the work, to build those two ships, and, damn near as soon as we brought them in, we had to start over because of the update. Well, we didn't have to, but I chose to start over because otherwise I wouldn't have had all of the, all of the new features that the update brought at that point in time. That was 11.5. Whoa, in general. So I completely forgot about that. I absolutely completely forgot about that until he reminded me that that's what the plan was. And so that's what we're going to do, because I don't want to spend a whole bunch more time, both on camera and off camera, grinding to rebuild those ships again. So that was in the plan and has been in the plan from the get-go, and you can go back and watch the first episode of this season of this series if you need to, but I did clearly state that that's what I was going to do. So that's what we're going to do. However, there's a couple of things that have to happen first, a couple of practical things that have to happen before. I probably shouldn't be wandering too far away because it can get really hot on the moon here. We need to get them upgraded to CPU usage, and I'm probably just going to go ahead and do that in creative mode. Because when I bring them in, I want them to be functional ships, because they were functional ships in the last season and ready to go. However, we didn't have CPU in that season, but I think, just so that we can continue on and not get held up by that, I'm going to take care of all of that stuff in creative mode. And I'll probably show some of that on camera too for you guys as well. So we'll kind of take like a little side step from survival, go into creative, and get both of those ships fixed up and ready to go. The other thing, though, is that, what in the hell? That's not good. Yowzers. Okay. The other thing, though, is that we need a place for the ships. Now, the J-Jet we can probably, should be able to just fit down, in our bunker down below. What? Why am I not turning? I have no turn. Oh. I'm stuck in fixed... No, I'm not. Wait. Huh? Man, the turning is so bad on this. I know I complain about it every time, don't I? Now I'm in fixed drill mode. But... weird. Anyway, yeah, it wasn't letting me turn for some reason. I'm going to turn that down a little bit while we're mining this thing out. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we got to figure out where we're going to put the chisel. So, I mean, there's a couple of possibilities. Well, there's actually three possibilities. The first possibility is just to find, you know, clear out another area close to the jungle tower, or adjacent to it, really, and just make a larger pad. That's going to be the simplest thing to do. The second possibility is to continue working on the tower and get it raised up above the tree line and up high enough to where we can, you know, build the pad up above the tower to park the capital vessel. And that was kind of sort of my my ultimate plan anyway, and that's fine. The only problem with that is we have to wait now until that gets done before we can really bring the chisel in and do anything with it, because we have to have a place for it. The third option is that I've got a space station that I built. It's just a small one. It's more like almost like a construction platform kind of thing, more than an actual full-blown station that we could spawn in, and then we could spawn in the chisel and just keep it in orbit above the planet. The downside to that, though, is then we're kind of in two different spots. We don't have all of our stuff in one place, which I'm not really super thrilled about that idea, at least at this point in the game. You know, it'd be different if we were a lot further along and we had, you know, multiple vessels and multiple capital ships, multiple small vessels, whatever, and had different outposts in different locations, that sort of thing. But right now we're kind of a one base operation. So that all being said, I'm just kind of trying to decide. I haven't really actually decided for sure which of those options I want to go with. The simplest and quickest option, of course, would be just to build a pad right next to the base. The only thing I don't like about that, though, is that we'll probably have to destroy some of the large rainforest trees to do that, and I don't really want to do that. I want to keep things jungle-ish, around the base. So, I don't know. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to give this some thought, and when I decide which route to take, we'll start working towards that. But we're going to also, like I said, we're going to take a little bit of a sidestep from survival mode here. We're going to go into creative mode, and we're going to spawn in both of those ships and get them upgraded and updated to work with CPU first, before we, or while we figure out, where we're going to actually put them. So that is the plan, Stan. That's the plan. All right, well, let me finish getting the rest of this magnesium going here. We also have, by the way, let's take a look here. Yeah, this mag will last us quite some time. We have 750 promethium that we got from that other meteorite and 210 pentaxid. So that's a pretty decent supply of both of those things for the time being. We'll definitely have to come back and get more later, but I think that'll hold us in good stead for a little while here. Let's finish on getting, there we go. Okay. Wow, this thing just will almost not turn at all. They must have made some more changes in 5.4. I mean, before it would turn, but it was bad. Now it doesn't turn. I mean, I cannot turn this at all. It'll only strafe. What am I missing? What in the hell am I missing? Auto brake. Pilot mode. oxygen. Where's the... Yeah, see, there's no turn on this thing. None at all. Do we have to start using RCSs again? I don't get it. Remember, I haven't had time, guys, to read the patch notes, so don't be sitting there saying, well, you should have read the patch notes. Well, I haven't had time, sorry. Life's just really busy right now. Let me think. Okay, so if I go back to drill mode, now I can turn. But I can't turn when I'm not in drill mode. That is so weird. Okay, well, I'm going to have to figure that out. I guess we'll stay in drill mode for the moment. Oh, is it because... No, wait. No. Never mind. I'm not even going to ask that dumb question. Yeah, that's weird. That is weird. Okay, well, let's just get it up here and get it docked. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home and get this ore started refining. I haven't. Oh, you know what? There's another problem that we have too. Now that I think about it, that problem is that we are. See, this is buried in the ship too. Weird shit going on, man. We're running out of CPU on our base as well. I'm going to turn this around because of all those concrete blocks that I've added. And so we have to, in order for us to expand that base any further than we already have, we're going to have to upgrade to the next CPU tier. Wow, another meteorite's coming in. Okay, so let's go here. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with the with that miner. It won't turn. I'm tempted to try and salvage some of this. I mean, how's our capacity? 19 tons, and oh yeah, we've got tons of space. A million, bazillion, quadrillion tons. Well, maybe not that many. Tons of space. Yeah. Do I have a core with me? I think I have a core in the Stingray. Yes, I do. All right. I think while we're here, we should probably... Man, look at the meteorites just coming in and landing right over there. Excellent. I mean, if we can keep this moon to nothing but promethium, pentaxid, and magnesium we don't need that much of, really. In comparison, this could be a really good supply moon for us. I'm almost tempted to make build a little base on the moon here, but anyway, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I think it's going to be worth our while to stop here and just do a little bit of salvaging on this ship, since we have the capacity now to take it back. So let's do that. Let's do that. I hadn't planned on doing that, but actually I kind of did plan on doing that the last time I was on, but I forgot that I had planned to do it. So let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Okay, so we're just gonna pop this guy in. Let's put it underneath so we don't... I just put my drill away. So we don't have problems with drones coming in and blowing up the core. That should work. Alright, the other thing I'm going to do too, because we're probably going to get enemies coming in while I'm doing this, is let's just get a little closer to guess that's about as close as we can get. A little bit closer to the ship, so that way I can just stand in the doorway and use the drone to get at everything. And then our turrets will protect us from enemies. That's the theory anyways. Okay, so let's go ahead and salvage this sucker. So what we want to do is we want to go to the warp shuttle, and we'll go to we'll put stuff in the ammo controller for now, and make sure we're on resource drill. We're gonna grab this stuff whole. That way we have the... Wait, what? Oh, I didn't connect to it. I thought I connected to it. Apparently I didn't. Did it drop the other piece at our feet? Where did it go? Oh yeah, it's right inside here. Yeah, we're going to pick this stuff up whole because we have the capacity for it. And that way it gives us the option of A, reusing it, B, feeding into the factory, excuse me, as a whole block, if we want to, or C, actually melting it down in the deconstructor if we need it for, you know, for the component parts. So that's what we're going to do. Radiation protection booster. We might as well grab the resources out of here. That doesn't have enough in it to retrieve, to worry about. Well, you know what we could do though? We could throw some oxygen in. We have to get it up to 254 to pull that out. I wonder why it doesn't make us have that same requirement on the fuel. Probably because the fuel can be in smaller increments than blue oxygen tanks, I'm guessing. Okay, let's go back in here for a second. If we do manage on the O2, what we can do is just put one of those in there, and then we can withdraw all of it, or most of it anyway, out. That didn't really help us, did it? Okay, we'll quit screwing around then. Let's just quit screwing around and keep moving, yeah. Any drones coming? None that I can see. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. I'll bet probably our best bet is just to make a pad for now, because if I start working on the tower, that's going to take a long time, and you know, it's something that I'm eventually planning on doing, but wasn't necessarily planning on trying to get all of that done right away, because I want to, you know, get out and do some exploration in the capital vessel. But you know, the other challenge though that presents to us then is that if we, you know, we've got to get our base upgraded to the next tier of CPU before I start adding more blocks, because we're already over capacity on CPU. So, ooh, look at that medical station, very nice. Those are always good to find. What you got? One thing of biofuel. Okay. I mean, you know, either way, we're going to have to upgrade the base anyway to the next tier before I can do anything else with it. So, you know, I don't want those. Guess I'll take that. I've got to go sell some radiation boost too. RCSs. We've got a container here. Let's see what it has inside of it. Something. Okay, we're going to have to pick this up now because the other... There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to have to upgrade the base anyway for that matter, so I guess that's kind of a moot point now that I think about it. All right, RCSs. More containers. Was there another one down below that? I don't know. Oxygen booster. I guess what we could do is, I guess it depends too on what we need to actually upgrade the base. I mean, to get to the next CPU tier. You know, because if we're gonna have to start needing some of the more rare ores, particularly Zascosium, we're gonna need to have. We're gonna have to make some trips into the inner rings, which means we're gonna have to find the path to the inner rings, and we're gonna have to have, you know, a well-supplied ship. Because the inner rings or the inner orbits is very, very hot there because it's closer to the sun, of course. Unlike vanilla Empyrion in Project Eden, when you get closer to the sun, it is hot. And so, you know, it's kind of like one of those things where, almost like a catch-22, where we need one to do the other, but we need the other to do the one kind of thing. So grab that. So what we'll do is let's just go back to the base after I'm finished here. Let's just go back to the base and let's look and see what it's going to take for us to upgrade to the next CPU. And then based upon that information, we'll decide what makes the most sense. The one thing we can, the one thing we can bring in now, though, is we can bring the J-Jet in now. And that, you know, that's a lot more capable than the Stingray is. So we could start popping, you know, POIs and getting resources, you know, from that if that's the route that we need to take. Okay, let's see what's left on this thing in terms of devices. We got 2 doors, a console, and a small O2 tank. Where is this located at? Might as well. I don't really care about the doors so much. Okay, there's the O2 tank and the consoles here. Now, is this those are just normal steel blocks. So these aren't even hardened steel blocks, huh? Yeah, so it's not really worth salvaging then. All right, let's grab our core and head on home. I don't think we need to worry about getting any more asteroids. Or meteorites, rather. Asteroid, meteorite. Yeah, see, we're pretty heavy now, you can tell. Our engine is... we're still under capacity. We're almost maxed out on engine power, 97.4. So that's not bad. It'll probably be a little worse. Probably be a little bit worse when we get into the planet's atmosphere, but probably not too bad. We just got to get home. That's all we got to do. There's the meteorite over there too. So I always like it when you get to that point where the moon of your system starts providing you with those meteorites, because then you can really get into the resources, particularly the fuel resources, the pentaxid and the promethium. Ooh, man, this is taking a long time. All right, guys, well, I'll tell you what. I'm just going to head straight home. When I get back to the base, then I'll bring you back and we'll take a look and assess what route we're gonna need to take in order to get these ships in and continue on. So I'll be back at the base.